close to a police building. So,
have you identified yourself?
Well, I'm in full uniform. I've got my shoulder number on. I can see. That's fine. I'm filming them as well. Just be nice if you could answer some questions, because there is legislation under the Civil Aviation Act regarding whereabouts you fly the drones. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, we've done our checks.
Okay. Is there any particular reason you've chosen this location?
Just thought it was a good place to do it.
Just randomly chosen?
Are you police staff or are you a police officer?
Colleagues, police officer, and police staff.
Have you identified?
I'm TC Jura Hassan, 1765 SE of Catford TDP.
Are you guys auditors?
Are we what?
Auditors. Self-appointed auditors.
What's that?
So there's people who like to come to police stations to film things and put them on YouTube, but in terms of drones, as my colleague said, that goes against the legislation.
Which legislation is that?
You've got to remember as well, it can look like a terrorist thing, recording buildings such as this. So if you could tell us what it is you're doing, that would be really helpful.
We don't want to talk over each other, so I'll just let my colleague continue for now.
He's not saying.
Could you repeat what you said? I didn't.
We'd have to check
Take
the
two.
specifics of the legislation, which you guys may or may not have checked. But I know there are quite stringent regulations under Civil Aviation Act. I don't know the specifics. We would have to check it out.
Yeah. So of course you've mentioned that you don't know the legislation, you don't know the specifics.
Not offhand, but
no,
we
okay.
could look it up.
But would you assume that we do because we've come here to do the activity?
Well, I'd assume.
Yeah.
That you would.
Well, thank you.
You do.
Thank you for that, because that's given me a little bit of respect back that you started to take away when you first approached, saying there's legislation against what you're doing. So.
I can't remember my exact words.
Yeah. Obviously.
We're curious to see what you're doing here. Just to get an explanation from yourselves to satisfy our curiosity. Yeah. We can then look at the specifics.
Do you know when you say police staff, are you a PCSO?
I am.
Okay. I'm sure somewhere it does have to say PCSO. Does it say it anywhere at all? Because at the minute you're in person.
Right from the start, the tension is unmistakable. A drone operator films near a police facility, and the officers waste no time confronting him. What seems like a simple question, "Why are you flying here?" quickly snowballs into a standoff about law, authority, and credibility. On one side, the auditor claims to know his rights and insists he's checked all the legal boxes. On the other, officers confidently push back, throwing around the Civil Aviation Act without citing specifics. This isn't just about flying a drone, it's about who truly understands the law, who has the authority to enforce it, and how quickly confidence can crumble when questioned. Stay tuned, because what begins as polite back and forth soon exposes contradictions, power struggles, and some very awkward moments for the officers.
Have you got your designation card?
I don't have to do anything with you.
Have you got your designation
card?
card?
I don't have to do anything with you. You are police auditors.
Excuse me, that is very rude. Have you got your designation card, please? Wow. That is very unusual to have behaviour like that.
We will go and check the legislation.
You should have done that anyway. How rude is that, eh? He starts coming up, telling us that we're doing something wrong, doesn't know the legislation, hasn't got the word PCSO written anywhere at all on his uniform. So, in my opinion, he's impersonating a police officer. He's got no powers. He's got no idea what he's talking about. So I think we just need to start again with somebody that knows what they're talking about. I think for now, I'm just going to land this so I can point my camera in a suitable position.
Landing.
So guys, that was a little bit awkward because I was trying to fly and having a conversation with somebody who you saw, he did not have PCSO on his uniform.
He had police staff on his uniform. it doesn't need to specifically state PCSO. I don't know where it is you've got that from, that
Yeah,
it does.
but at least you can hear me out, because at the time of when he arrived, it did say police staff, but then he had a number of a collar number, didn't it? And for me, I says, I think you're impersonating a police officer. Could I see your designation card just to show me that you are a PCSO? Because anyone could put the uniform on.
It's his PCSO uniform.
Yeah,
though.
but it doesn't look normal to me. So he's questioning my lawful activity of
Here we see the first big reveal. Auditors. The officer admits he's aware of the auditor movement. Independent people filming public buildings to test police responses and upload to YouTube. What's fascinating is how quickly he shifts gears. He warns about terrorism, legislation, and threats, yet can't name a single concrete law on the spot. This is a textbook example of the clash between institutional authority and public accountability. The officers are clearly uneasy, but instead of focusing on facts, they lean on fear. Terrorism, security, and vague rules. It's a classic "because I said so" policing tactic, and the auditor calls it out immediately.
I will need to see it.
I believe he is coming back.
Yeah, obviously you're plainclothed as well. We've not asked you for ID, but you've not really questioned what we're doing. So,
My ID's here.
well, you've not asked me. I mean, are you okay with what we're doing?
I mean, if your drone is filming for TDP,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Of course you can.
Okay? No, you
can't do
can't.
that.
I'll let my
It's
colleague
a
talk.
police station.
Yeah.
You can record me, that's fine.
Yeah, I will
you can't
record
do
it.
that because, for example, I'll give you an example. If you was to cross that line right now, that's not public property. Okay? And there's a risk for us. There's no problem you recording me here right now.
Yeah, identify
you haven't,
yourself.
no, but listen, because I've listened to you. There's no problem with us
No, you
having a
haven't listened to
conversation. Okay, but when that's police station, okay, you can't fly a drone over it. As well, B&M, if it's private property and that drone is filming B&M, you can't do that.
You don't know what
That
you're
drone
talking
can be
about.
only in public spaces.
you don't know
Unless
what
This moment flips the script. The officer questions the legality of the drone, but when pressed about his own authority, where does it say he's a PCSO? Suddenly, things get uncomfortable. Without visible ID, without a designation card, the officer risks looking like he's impersonating a constable. Think about the irony here. The auditor is asked to prove his legality, but when he turns the mirror back on the officer, the answers evaporate. Transparency goes both ways. If citizens are accountable, shouldn't police be held to the same standard? This clash exposes that double edge better than anything.
Do you know how it
can
works?
you go into cat for TDP,
Yeah,
sir?
of course I can.
Do you know?
Huh?
The drone I can, yeah.
You can? You want to give it a go, you'll get arrested.
Would you mind identifying yourself? Like, you're here like giving directives and that.
I'm not giving directions, I've answered your question.
No one asked you a question.
He did, he just came over.
Yeah.
I don't know
do-
what
did,
you're
didn't
talking
you
about.
think?
I was just about to say to you, do you actually know how the airspace works?
I mean, not
No,
fully.
she
no.
don't.
Okay,
You don't
so
know anything.
But
You're
can't
telling
put your
us
drone
that we can't do
over
it.
cat for
Would you like me to tell you why you're
No,
wrong?
you can, but I'm going to tell you, you can't put your drone over cat
course
for
you
TDP,
can.
but
Yeah.
go on.
Would you like me to explain what makes your statement incorrect?
Okay, go on. What's your name, sorry?
I haven't said it.
Okay.
What's your name?
Danny.
Danny.
Yeah,
Nice to
I'm
meet you,
not,
Danny.
But you don't need to be so
You seem a
antagonising.
bit. You
The
seem a
thing
bit nervous.
is,
There's no need to be
we're
nervous.
having a conversation. We're both human beings. There's no need for you to be antagonising.
No, I'm
Because
not
if you're
antagonising you
antagonising
at all.
towards me, it's Batari's box. The way you speak to me, I'm going to speak the same way to you.
No one's antagonising you.
Hopefully, we can end this conversation
You're
with a
having
bit
a
of education for
You're saying
yourself.
that's
Yeah. Do you
incorrect.
want to step out?
No, I'm okay.
You're okay, are you? Hopefully, you don't take that the wrong way.
No, it's fine. I have no problem with you.
Yeah.
Talking to you. It's just at the same time, there's no reason to give me attitude or be
one's
rude
giving
as
you
he's
attitude,
making
like,
comments.
you're saying
You
things,
can agree
but
with that
they're
though.
just
He is
not
making
right.
comments. You see, you're smiling. He is making comments which are not necessary.
Like what?
Because at the end of the day, I'm being respectful and listening to you. Me and you are not going to agree on
Who cares
everything.
about your respect,
But I've
though?
listened. See, it's rude.
You don't
I don't
owe
get
you any
paid
respect.
to
We're
be-
trying to
to
do
be
something.
rude.
You're telling us we can't do it.
I'm
but
not.
we can
I'm
do
having
it.
a
So
conversation.
when you
with
fly a
him.
drone,
Yeah, go on, sir.
it all depends on where you're standing.
Yeah.
So if you're standing on public property, you can fly over private property as long as there's not a flight restriction in place. I've got the app.
Yeah.
I've checked that there's no flight restriction. There is a flight restriction over prisons and over airports, but there's not over this building here. So we're sort of doing a video.
And here comes the hypocrisy in full view. The officer accuses the auditor of breaking drone laws without knowing the actual legislation. But the moment the auditor asks for his designation card, he refuses and walks away. This isn't just rudeness, it's a failure of accountability. The auditor nails it when he says, "The rules only go one way." We've all seen this dynamic before, when authority figures expect compliance but dodge scrutiny themselves. This is where the credibility battle shifts, and the audience can feel who's holding the stronger ground.
With a camera, and I know going past your boundary would be a big
Do you
no-no.
understand why a police officer would question that?
We do, but hopefully we can all end this
Okay.
with a bit of education, knowing that I can take my drone over there and I can admire all your tactical vehicles and your dog vehicles that I've
Okay.
seen at the back.
But you doing that, okay, you're putting it out to members of the public. At the end of the day, police do deal with a lot of criminal stuff, don't they? We deal with criminality. You're revealing, okay, there might be stuff that doesn't have to be revealed there. That's why you can't go there as a police, as a member of the public.
Yeah.
You can go
But-
to a front office. You could go to Lewisham right now and go to front council.
So, one
but
would
you can't
say-
go into the police
Yeah,
station.
and that's a good
because
point.
It's restricted to members of the public.
Yeah.
It's restricted to members of the public, is it not? It's not a front counter there for you to go in there. For example, that's what I said to you. If you was to cross that line, that is private property.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've decided to put your vehicles at the back where no one can see for a reason. You don't want the members of the public to see that, right? But unfortunately, the drone rules are the rules.
Yeah.
Maybe if the
No,
drone...
but I'm not denying that to you, but I'm saying to you, that's why a police. That's why police.
I just want us to end on a good note, that's all.
No, that's not a good.
Notice the shift in tone here. Another officer confidently states, "You can't do that," with the drone. But again, no legal reference, no specific citation. It's enforcement by assertion. This is dangerous because misinformation, once said in uniform, can feel like law. The auditor remains calm, pushing back with facts and asking pointed questions. Who's educating who here? The supposed enforcer of the law, or the civilian with an app and actual knowledge? This is exactly why auditors film these encounters, to expose where authority bluffs instead of inform.
The end of
Who
the
do you audit
conversation...
for?
That's a little personal. That's a little personal, isn't it?
Is it? You've asked me questions and I've answered
Not
them.
nothing personal.
Do you see the attitude? I don't know why you get so aggy. It's no reason to just have so much attitude. You've asked me my name. You've asked me quick things. I've said to you, I don't know the whole.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been
So
honest,
hopefully,
I'm not gonna lie.
our little conversation has led you to the end point, which means I can take my drone over. So
I mean-
we have got to continue this until we get to a point where you leave us
Who
alone.
do you audit for?
No, we're only here to do a social experiment
Social
about
experiment.
drone use.
Who's the social
We
experiment?
cannot be told that we can't do something when the
Okay.
drone rules say we can, and that's all. So hopefully we've reached that point where you can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's nothing illegal about
So
it.
it's a social experiment. So
Yeah.
you have like a YouTube site then, or
There's too much personal
or it's DJ?
questions.
Is it? But you've just asked me. It's not personal
Doing too
questions.
much
is it
talking,
not?
though.
I'm just going to hand over to, because I can't take too much airtime.
He's just
It's not
fooling you,
airtime.
bro.
You've just asked. I'm just asking you the same questions.
Thank you for your
asked
time.
me.
We're not doing anything illegal, so
No one
we'd
said that
prefer,
to you in the
yeah, we'd
first
prefer if you
place.
wouldn't
I'm just
interfere with
asking
us.
questions. So it's
Yeah.
a YouTube
Well,
site.
we've answered enough questions.
Okay. Well,
We'd,
no,
we'd like
so
to be
I've
left.
asked
We'd
your
like to be
name.
left alone now. We're gonna take the drone back up. We don't want to be interfered with. Is that okay? Good. Yeah. Thank you. Goodbye.
You can see that we're no threat.
I mean, no, it's the it's the rudeness, isn't it? It's not needed. Me and you have just had a conversation.
He hasn't been rude. You keep
And I've
talking
been-
about rudeness. Like you're talking about me whilst
I'm talking
facing
to
him.
I wasn't talking
No,
to
but
you.
you're always
You
making
need to
little
decide
comments.
if you want to have a conversation with me or not. Because then
Each time I come
you
over
can
there,
do
you
what
don't
want
even
as
look
a
at me.
member.
You won't even look
Listen,
at
you're a
me.
member of public, but so am I when I take this uniform, and you don't have to be rude to me because I've not been rude to you. So don't speak disrespectful.
Why are you
to
such
me.
a snowflake? Like you're a police officer. Like,
I am a police
people
officer,
are
and
going
I've got
to be
uniform.
rude.
Have I been disrespectful to you,
would
DJ? Have I
expect
been
your
rude to
threshold.
you?
DJ, she knows my name.
Yeah, because you said your name. Have I been rude to you?
No one's been rude.
I like how you do pick up on little bits. Well, that's
but
quality of your
have I
job.
been rude?
It's a
No.
quality that you have to have in your job.
Spoken to you because you are members of the public, and I am a police
you're a bit
officer,
sensitive,
and we
like.
are police service. I'm not. I'm just saying, if I'm being polite to you, and I'm
Alright,
actually
okay.
answering
Alright,
your
alright,
questions,
Let's
is
just.
there any reason for you to be antagonising and rude? Is there? Exactly.
You're police. Like
I am a police officer.
Have you had some instruction from comms? Let's hear it. Come on.
Okay, so because there's a camera on it, that's the bit that you're not allowed to do, okay? So under the Civil Aviation Act, you aren't allowed to fly that within 150 metres of congested area. You're in London.
This is one of the strongest moments for the auditor. Instead of arguing emotionally, he breaks down drone law in plain English. Public versus private property, flight restrictions, apps, no-fly zones. Suddenly, the fog of confusion clears. This is what accountability should look like. Citizens calmly explaining rights while officers stumble. The contrast is powerful. Viewers watching this don't just see a clash, they learn something real about the law. That's why these videos gain traction online. They're not just confrontation.
Flying it, it will be seized. Okay?
I would like to prove otherwise, because what you've said is incorrect. So unfortunately, just to continue the experiment, it will go up just to prove my point.
DJ,
No hard feelings. No
DJ,
hard feelings.
listen,
All right.
What she's just said to you, you can do your experiment, but she's just told you. Okay?
Yeah, what she
If
said
you
is wrong.
choose to not
Is
listen
wrong.
To it, to police, if you choose to not listen to what police officers told you, okay?
Yeah.
And then if someone asks,
She's driving off. She's driving off. She's driving off. We'll see you in a minute. Right, the drone's got to go up, guys, because what she's just said is wrong, and we know it's wrong because it's a 249 gram drone which doesn't have the same rules as one that's heavier. So it's got to go back up.
Pause here because this is where questioning crosses the line. At first, asking why someone is filming is fair, but when the same questions are repeated, coupled with threats and accusations, it stops being about curiosity and becomes about control. The auditor hits the nail on the head. Questioning becomes harassment when the goal isn't understanding, but control. That's the story of this entire video. Power struggles in uniform, exposed on camera for the world to judge.
We can do it. We've already got our footage of the place, but she's telling me I cannot fly the drone in this area, and I know I can. So guess what? We're back up. So as you saw there, the drone went back up, and so far nobody has come to talk to us. So you can't bully people into, you can't do this because if you do we'll seize the drone or you'll be arrested, or, you know, the legislation is there for 249 gram drones to be able to fly over anywhere they want, any building, any people, with no minimum distances. That's why it's such a popular drone, the DJI Mini 2. So when you've got people like her trying to put our category of drone into much heavier weight drone rules, then you've...
Officer finally cites the Civil Aviation Act, but misses a key detail: drone weight. The DJI Mini 2 under 250 grams isn't bound by the same restrictions he's quoting. In other words, the law the officer leans on doesn't even apply. This moment seals the debate. The auditor came prepared, the officers did not. At the heart of it, this isn't just about drones. It's about knowledge versus authority, preparation versus assumption. So let's end with the big takeaway. Knowing your rights matters. Because when authority misquotes the law, only the informed can push back. If you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more